They say time won't wait for anyone, and before you know it's almost done. So hold your dreams and cherish all you love. Keep believing now. I can't wait to see another day. Leave my worries, let them fade away. Plant new seeds and I will watch them grow. Just how far they'll go. Time goes on, change is all we'll see. Can't hold on, things that used to be. Did you know that we can choose who we'll be? That shows love is all we need. Did you know memories change what we see? Right now, more time is all we need. Moments pass and memories still live. We will find our strength in what we give. Fill your heart and let yourself forgive. Love's increasing now. Life's a book with words that I can't read. Chase my dreams to anywhere they lead. Write my story, make it as I go. Only time will know. Time goes on, change is all we'll see. Can't hold on, things that used to be. Did you know that we can choose who we'll be? That shows love is all we need. Did you know memories change what we see? Right now, more time is all we need. That we can choose who we'll be. That shows love is all we need. Did you know memories change what we see? Right now, more time is all we need. They say time won't wait for anyone, and before you know it's almost done. So hold your dreams and cherish all you love. Keep believing now. I can't wait to see another day. Leave my worries, let them fade away. Plant new seeds and I will watch them grow. Just how far they'll go. Time goes on, change is all we'll see. Can't hold on, things that used to be. Did you know that we can choose who we'll be? That shows love is all we need. Did you know memories change what we see? Right now, more time is all we need. Moments pass and memories still live. We will find our strength in what we give. Fill your heart and let yourself forgive. Love's increasing now. Life's a book with words that I can't read. Chase my dreams to anywhere they lead. Write my story.